Got you covered.
Thank you, Lynn. So once again, just to introduce myself, I am Mojo Morris Jones. All my friends call me Mojo. I am the managing director of the Pasadena Bridge Club and currently the president of the American Bridge Teachers Association. And I gave Lynn some interesting hands tonight that all had opening bid problems in first and second seat. Um, this one, hand one, was the first one I gave her, and I went and looked at the traveler for this board in the game, and it was exactly what I expected it to be, which is very interesting. I think some of you will have not opened this north hand, and some of you will have opened it one spade. Now, when we're teaching beginning bridge, we have to we have to give you some rules to go by that make you feel safe and comfortable. And often one of those rules is open with 13 points, however you choose to count them. This is a 10 high card point hand. An average bridge hand has 10 high card points. When there are 40 points in the deck, that's what you get, a 10-point hand. So what is it about this hand that makes it worth opening? It's the fact that it's got some shape to it. It's got distribution. It's got two 5-card suits in particular. And some expert players many years ago, I believe I could name him, but I'm not going to. The came up with a guideline for when to open a shapely hand, and that was to take your high card points, to add the number of high card points to the number of cards in your two longest suits. And if that number comes up to 20, you should consider opening it. Now, this isn't a hard and fast rule because there are hands that pass this guideline that people wouldn't open in a million years, and some other really good hands that you should open, even though they don't pass the guideline. But it's a decent yardstick, and this one, it does meet that guideline. As you can see, the two longest suits are 10 cards, and the 10 high card points make it worth opening. And the reason it works out so nicely on this hand is that North and South has a good spade part score contract. It will make 3 spades. If the defense isn't careful, you might make 4. Um, now, when you open this hand one spade, what is South going to do? This is a hand of 10 points as well, making 20 high card points between North and South, which means there are also 20 high card points between East and West. You when your partner opens the bidding at one spade, you can't assume that they are a weak hand or a strong hand. You have to wait and see. So you want to make a bid with this hand that shows the spade support. And so you're going to raise spades. Now, some players will raise it 2 spades, some will raise it 3 spades. Generally, with 4-card trump support, in particular on these spades, I like the 3-spade raise. A limit raise, there's a lot of good text in this that Lynn added that I'll let you read from her about that. And when a lot of players will agree that a 3-spade raise shows 4 cards in the spade suit, not just 3, which raises the question of what do you do if you just have 3? Well, you temporize in some other suit. In this case, I might say 2 clubs first, knowing that I'm going to go back to spades later and knowing that I'm going to get another bid, because when I change suits, it's a forcing bid. But if I say 3 spades with this hand right now, it's not a forcing bid. It is invitational. It suggests that if partner has 14 or more, or Lynn's going to count losers on me and go on that. But if you have 14 or more, you really should accept the invitation and go to 4 spades. This north hand is already nervous enough about having opened the hand 1 spade. So I think, and I saw in the board traveler, Anna, yes, this is a limit raise. In the board traveler, no one is accepting the invitation. Most players played it in 3. And the danger, if you do go to 4, you may lose a spade here from the 3 spades on the right. You'll lose a heart with the king of hearts being offside. You'll lose the ace of diamonds, and you'll lose 1 club trick. So you'll lose 1 trick in each suit. It should make 3. What I saw in the Traveler was that about half of the players passed out the hand, and half of them played it in generally 3 spades. Some played it in 2 spades. Any questions about this hand?
I have a question about the bidding.
Okay.
I may be remembering wrong, but maybe somebody else from the class or Lynn can remind us. Wasn't there something in the rule of 20, the way Linda did it, where you also have to have a certain number of quick tricks in addition to 20? And this didn't look like it had it.
Well, it has 1.5 quick tricks, so you're right, it doesn't. And if you go rule of 20 plus 2, where you add 2 quick tricks, this wouldn't have it. We can't always be lucky about that. These rules
Okay.
are helpful yardsticks, but they're not always that accurate. This
Thank
is a
you.
great hand for testing those kinds of things. Anyway.
I was sitting south and I was just wondering if it needed to be passed. My partner passed and I bid. No, I was sitting.
Yes, you're in 3rd seat and you're thinking of opening this 10-point hand. And what are you going to open it if you do?
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Excuse me. I'm looking at the wrong.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. I apologize.
Well, let's move on to hand number 2, which happened to
Hey,
be.
Mojo?
Yes.
Yeah, Glenn here. I was sitting north and I passed, and part of the reason is, for me, the fives, I got it, I have 5 spades, but they seem sort of measly. They seem more moth-eaten. You know, if I had the king, queen spade, I would have opened, but king 9, I mean, I'm missing a lot.
Yeah, I understand that. There's a lot of things that might make you think twice about opening this hand. The Queen Doubleton, for instance, in hearts. You're not sure if that Queen of Hearts is working. You're not wrong. This is just a hand where your judgment, in this case, it's going to get rewarded for making the bid, and it's going to be punished when you don't. And on some hands, that's the nature of bridge. But this is a hand where if you do decide to open it, you're going to do well. I'm not going to say you were wrong, and that's. I think the key is part of it is partnership agreement. Looking at the vulnerability. If you have a partner with a good sense of humor, you can do a lot more things. You take a lot more chances than you can otherwise, right?
So if North passed, South wouldn't bid?
I don't think so.
What about that thing about you take a 3rd seat, take your king out of the air, put it in your hands? Did you ever hear that?
I have, and in this case, if you're borrowing that guideline of borrowing a king from your partner, for instance, that refers more to when someone else has opened the bidding and you're balancing. When you're deciding to open the bidding in 3rd seat, I'll talk more about that because I've got a couple of 3rd and 4th seat opener. No, we're going to do that actually on Thursday. I'll save those for then. I use a different guideline for 3rd seat. The main thing I want to have in 3rd seat as an opener, and I'm not balancing at this point, is major suits. I want to have spades and hearts, or cards and spades and hearts, because if I do decide to open it in 3rd seat, those are going to protect me or allow me to get into the auction and not get too high. So major suits become important.
Okay.
All right, let's look at board number 2. The East hand is a very strong opener. We're in 1st seat. We're the dealer. Yeah, thanks, Lynn. Let's see, 7, 7, 14, 17, 19-point hand. Not quite a 2-no trump opener. This is a hand, when you have a hand like this, your plan is to open it 1 minor. If your partner bids a major, then you'll probably go to 4, or at least invite. And you really aren't hoping that your partner isn't going to pass. When you open this hand 1 club and your partner rightly passes, it's very disappointing, and it's a little bit disconcerting if you play it there in 1 club. And the opponents leave it there. If North, with the North hand, I don't believe I would reopen the bidding at all. I think holding the 4 clubs to the king, pretty good spots and no majors. I don't think if I'm holding this hand in North that I'm going to bid. I'm going to leave you in 1 club. And as it turns out, 1 club makes, and it's about the right contract. Did anyone overcall 1 spade with the south hand? I hope not. Lynn, are you overcalling 1 spade with the south hand? I don't
Well,
know.
no, but I was just asking.
Okay.
I was thinking about it, but I didn't have 2 honors.
No, it's not a suit where I
Exactly.
really want my partner to lead. That's one of my guidelines for choosing an overcall suit. Is, do I want my partner to lead this suit? And I'm not really sure I do. So I think 1 club pass. Now, so I did notice that some tables got into 1 no trump. And if they did that, it probably happened because either South or North overcalled. I believe with the West hand, I'm not saying anything.
My North partner overcalled at 1 no trump, and we made 1 no trump for 94%.
There you go. That would be a lucky bid.
It was a very lucky bid.
Those are the hands where you either get a top or a bottom, and you're not sure which you're getting at the time. So in any case, the only point of this is to open the 1 club and not be worried about it. Don't change your bid just because you might get left there. Imagine how much worse it would be if West were to bid, feeling like they had to bid because their partner opened 1 club. If West says 1 diamond, you could quickly get too high. 1 club, 1 diamond, 2 no trump right away. And then what? You're going to have to pass.
And they went down too.
Yeah, 2 no trump is not going to do well. So perhaps this is more of a lesson for the West hand, which is don't feel like you have to bid just because your partner opened a club and you don't want to leave them there. This is also a good reason not to
Certainly not my principal partner.
Sorry, Steve. Okay.
You haven't really met my main partner.
This is also a good reason not to open 2-card club suits either. I mean, there are players who do that. They will open 1 club with a 2-card club suit. That is not me. I'm not one of them. I will always have a 3-card minor at least, and 95% of the time my diamond bid will be 4. Okay, let's go on to number 3. This one was an interesting hand for opening bid for the South hand. It is a 17-point hand, 17 high card points. And it's perfectly reasonable to open the hand 1 no trump if you're playing 15 to 17 no trumps, or even 16 to 18 no trumps. And if you open the hand 1 no trump, your partner in North with 7 should pass, because 17 and 7 is usually not enough to have good odds of making a 3 no trump hand. If you open the hand 1 no trump, you will do very well in the hand. It should make 3 no trump without too much difficulty. You can develop 2 tricks in spades. You've got 1 trick in hearts. You have 5 tricks in diamonds, and let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you can develop a trick in clubs. But this is a hand where this 5-card suit is such a good source of tricks. Having the 10 and the 9 and these honors bunched together, this is a hand that's worth upgrading to an 18. And rather than opening at 1 no trump, consider opening at 1 diamond. Let your partner bid their major, 1 heart, and then jump to 2 no trump on your second bid. Partner will easily go to 3 no trump with their 7 points across from your 18, and you should be able to make 3 no trump with it. This is a case where you don't have to, where you can color outside the lines a little bit and take advantage of it. Any questions?
So in this situation, you're not going to 2 no trump because you're forced to 2 no trump.
Correct.
You're going because you're reevaluating.
Well, you had to do that before you made your first bid.
Well, no, I'm saying because right. So
Right. Because if
you're saying your hand's worth 18 points from the get-go.
that's what I'm saying. And rather than opening at one no trump, you're opting to open at one diamond. A good rule of thumb when you're opening the bidding is think about what your second bid is going to be at the same time as you're making your first one. So I didn't reevaluate my hand after my partner said one heart. I did that before I made my one diamond bid. And I decided that I'm going to treat this like an 18-point hand instead of a 17. And in particular, having a good running a long minor with good intermediate cards, touching honors, that kind of thing. If this diamond suit were the queen 5 4 3 2, I wouldn't have done that. I would have just opened it one no trump, hope for the best. But this gives me cause to upgrade it, and rather than open it no trump, I'll open it one diamond and then plan to jump to 2 no trump after I hear what my partner has to say.
The
Sorry,
two no
what?
trump shows 18 to 19 points, correct?
Yeah, the 2 no trump rebid shows a balanced hand that was too strong to open 1 no trump, not strong enough to open 2 no trump. So it has to be 18 or 19. It's very precise. My partner can almost always decide exactly what to do.
Would you do the same thing if that had been a major suit? Because that's one of the hard things with whether to open a no trump or a major. Are you always going to give yourself that extra point for the 5-card suit? If it
Probably.
was the same quality suit.
It actually brings me to the next hand.
Oh,
Can
thank
I
you.
just want to ask can I ask a question?
Yes,
Yeah.
PPP.
So the tip that was given said, if you have 15 to 17 high card points, we were encouraged to actually open one no trump. So I did open one no trump based on your tip, by the way. And so in this occasion, because it's a minor, it didn't occur to me when I had the points to talk about one no trump. I didn't open a one diamond because a one diamond can be an entry point for lots of discussion. I have no more discussion in my hand in South. I've got a 3 2 3, right, going down from spades to clubs. So that's why I opened a one no trump versus a one diamond. So I'm very confused on that direction.
The tip is perfectly valid. What I want you to try to understand is that bridge hands are such an enormous space that the guidelines and the tips we give you can't cover hands that fall outside of those guidelines. And that's true. Lynn is getting me off the hook here. It wasn't my tip. And when we give you guidelines, especially when I'm teaching beginning bridge, the thing that people have a hard time letting go of is treating them as rules. And in bridge, coloring outside the lines is often very rewarding. It will also mess with your head for a while and give you bad results. You will spend
Okay,
some time.
yeah,
I
got that. No, I got the bad result, but I tried.
Yes. Okay. Good. Good. Yeah. Don't be afraid. Especially it's one of the things I always tell my partner is, don't second guess a decision based on playing with me. I trust your judgment. When you want to try something, I'm there for you. I'm here to cheer you on. And I encourage, experimenting, try things that are a little bit outside the lines, and that will help you develop judgment and recognizing when you're likely to be more successful at that. So it's worth practicing and worth trying, and seeing it done here is.
Okay, so if I opened one no trump based on the tip, what should my partner have responded?
With this 7-point balanced hand, this looks to me like a pass after one no trump. You don't have enough points to consider exploring.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. So I was Paula's partner in that. Can I just ask one question? When you go the one diamond and the one heart and the 2 no trump, what made North go 3 no trump? Was it the partner agreement that two no trump meant 18 points, or
Yeah, that's it.
that's it?
Yeah. If partner has 18, my 7 is good enough to accept the invitation and go on.
Okay, so that's a partner agreement that I know that when you go two no trump that you have 18 points, not 17 points.
Yes.
Okay,
Your hand was too strong to open one no trump.
correct. Okay.
So
But that's not a special partnership agreement, right? That's standard.
that's
bridge.
standard American. It's standard American or
Standard.
201. Yes, it's a
Okay.
standard agreement. All right.
What
let's
would
look
West lead be on that hand?
against 3 no trump after
Yeah.
this auction?
Yeah.
Probably the
Yes.
3 of spades. That would be it's my longest suit. It's an unbid suit.
You would play away from an ace?
It's a no trump contract, definitely.
Oh,
Not
okay.
against a Trump, not against a Trump contract, no.
Oh, okay, okay.
But against a no Trump contract, yes. I'm going to lead the. If I don't have an honor sequence, I'm going to lead my 4th best longest card.
Okay.
All right, let's look at number 4. All right, here's the hand that we were talking about a moment ago. Once again, this is a 16-point hand. It's also a balanced hand, and it meets all the criteria for opening one no trump, except that it has a 5-card major. This is I've loved reading about this in the Bridge Bulletin for the past year or so, because there's been a bit of disagreement about whether to do that or not. Did anyone here learn to play bridge from Patty Tucker, or learn Bridge in a Day, or the ACBL's Intro to Bridge program? If you did, you opened this hand 1 heart.
I did
Okay.
learn from Patty.
If you learned from me or from, I'm trying to think of most of the other, Larry Cohen, or any of the number of other expert teachers, you would have opened this hand 1 no trump. Here's the problem with opening the hand 1 heart. All right, you open the hand 1 heart, goes pass. Now, what is East's bid? It's 1 no trump, right? I can't raise hearts. I don't have a spade suit. I can't pass. I don't have enough points to bid at the 2 level. So it's 1 no trump. So it goes 1 heart, 1 no trump. What is your next bid in West? Is it 2 no trump? Well, now you're promising a better hand than you have, an 18 or 19 point hand. You're inviting game. So you're overbidding the hand a bit. Is it 2 hearts? Well, now you're promising 6 cards in the heart suit. That's kind of bad as well. Is it 2 clubs or 2 diamonds? Well, now you're sort of suggesting that you have 4 cards in that suit. I would suggest that if your rebid was 2 clubs, that your partner might get a little excited about the club suit, since they've got 5 of them. You've got a fit in clubs, but it's not one that I'm proud of. And all I'm suggesting is that all of your rebid problems go away if you open the hand 1 no trump. East now has a fairly straightforward 3 no trump bid. If they add a point for that 5th club, it becomes a 10-point hand. So it's, even if you invite it with 2 no trump, I think West would do well to accept the invitation, having a good 5-card heart suit. So if you open it 1 no trump, you find a 3 no trump contract that does pretty well. If you play it in hearts or something else, it's probably not going to do as well. Now, this is another of those things. I mean, this is an example hand where the example, of course, works, and there will be examples where it doesn't. If you open these kinds of hands 1 no trump, oftentimes, or not oftentimes, but once in a while, you will find yourself playing in 3 no trump when you have an 8-card major fit. But that's not the end of the world. You might be in 3 no trump. It might even be lucky for you, because if you can win the same number of tricks in no trump as you can in trump, you'll get lucky and have a top board. it usually doesn't work out that way. Having a trump suit usually gets you one extra trick from being in no trump. But if you open your one no trump, your balanced hands one no trump, partner is better able to make decisions about going to game. They will go to game with 10 points. And getting to the game contract is really more important than playing in 2 or 3 hearts. Having a good rebid that describes your hand and giving partner the opportunity to make those decisions is a real plus. Any discussion about this?
What's the opening lead?
Ah, good question. Against 3 no trump with the heart stack. I'm certainly, well, you know what? I'm probably leading the 2 of hearts. If this auction goes 1 no trump past the 3 no trump, I'm going to lead the 2 of hearts. And that's a bonus for me. I can play the 3. Let's see, I can play the 3 from the dummy, which is the correct play. Don't put up the queen. Play the 3. Now, South's got to play third hand high and hope for the best. They're going to play the jack.
Well, they got the
No,
7.
no,
sorry.
7 and 6.
The 7, right. And the 9 takes the trick. And you still have the chance now to play your queen of hearts, drive out the king perhaps. And now you've developed 3 heart tricks. So we're ending up winning 4 tricks in hearts, 2 tricks in spades for 6. We've got 3 tricks in the diamonds, and when the jack falls, we can get 4. Oh, no, we only get 3 tricks in the diamonds. We don't even need any club tricks. So we could make 3 no trump, and anything else is going to be a problem.
How come East wouldn't bid 2 no trump, asking if West had 15 the low or 17 the high, and let
That's
them
fine.
decide?
That's fine. You can bid 2 no trump with East. The question is, will West accept the invitation or not? And I think they would. I think I would go on to 3.
Okay.
None
So
of these
you're
are
suggesting, like, if you don't have a rebid, consider opening no trump, because you've said all you can.
That's exactly it. You've given the best
Okay.
description of your hand in 1 bid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And rebids become a problem. Now, the times when I don't do this, if I have a 5-card major and a 4-card minor, I've got a rebid. I can rebid my 4-card suit. So I would open 1 heart. Turn one of these diamonds into a club, and I
Okay.
open 1 heart.
So if you have 5-4 with a 5-card major and a 4-card minor,
Mhm.
a high percentage of the time you would open the major.
Yes.
But if you didn't, if you had a distribution, you would probably open 1 no trump, because you just really want to know what your second bid's going to be.
You gotta know what your second. Yeah, that's the theme. What is when you before you make your opening bid, know what your second bid will be.
Got it.
Conversely, I probably should mention this, but if I have a 4-card major and a 5-card minor, that's 15 to 17 with 2 doubletons, a semi-balanced hand, I will often open that 1 no trump rather than one of the minor, because once again, it really describes my hand beautifully. So especially if that 4-card major is hearts and I have a 5-card club suit, rather than open it 1 club and have my partner bid 1 spade, which I know they're going to do, and then not being able to show my 4-card heart suit without showing a stronger hand than I have, I just start out by opening the hand 1 no trump and describe it all in 1 blow, and maybe we'll find our heart fit anyway if we have one. How are we on time, Lynn?
You're doing great.
Okay. Let me see. Should we get another board?
So they did ask, right? Somebody asked for board 11 in the beginning.
The bidding, there you go.
We asked
Yeah.
for 6, 9, and 11, I think.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I have.
I think we asked 1 through 12.
I'll add 7 if you want to go consecutively.
Let me bring up 6. All Okay.
And Mojo, if there's one that you could play out, she usually plays a couple of them and we learn some things about defense and stuff. If there's one that you think would be interesting, it's always fun for us.
I don't have one prepared, especially since this was
Uh,
an opening bidding lesson, but if we come across one, I'll be happy to do that.
Thanks.
Well, let's look at 6. The dealer is east. They're passing. South, let's see, 7, 5, 12, and 9. This meets the guideline of 20 for opening the bidding, but I would also understand it if some people chose not to. But I think I'm opening at 1 diamond. West is passing. North is excited now.
Can you share why you wouldn't, what your reason would be for not opening if they are passing?
Well, I'm in second seat. You know, I can't really think of a situation where I wouldn't open it. I might know some people who did because of the singleton king, but I'm opening it. It's a fine hand. 12 high card points, a good 5-card suit. It's a 1 diamond bid. Let's just stay with that. 1 heart by North, 1 spade by South. What now by North? 3
No trump.
No trump? 3 hearts? I think I want to show my 6-card heart suit. No trump would certainly work out well. As long as they, yeah, it's a lucky hand in terms of the clubs for playing in no trump. What do you think? What's the question? How many of you want to say 3 hearts?
Well, North knows they should probably be in game.
Well, yeah. You're not staying out of game with that hand.
So if they bid 2 hearts, it's not a forcing bid.
Neither is 3 hearts, and that's part of the problem. How can you force with this hand? 1 diamond, 1 heart, 1 spade. The best way to force, to let partner know that we're going to game now, without knowing exactly where we're going, is to make North's second bid 2 clubs. It's a lie about the club suit. It is the 4th suit. And
she taught us this, new minor forcing?
our 4th suit forcing is the
4th suit
technical
forcing,
name for it,
4th
right.
suit forcing.
But when you make that 4th suit bid, my recommendation between you and your partner is you agree that when the 4th suit is bid, we are in a game auction, game forcing. That gives you the luxury of having all of your bids below game being forcing. So if it goes 1 diamond, 1 heart, 1 spade, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts. Now you get to show, first with the 2 club bid, you should, okay, we're game forcing. With the second heart bid, you can say, I have 6 hearts. And now South can say 2 no trump or 3 no trump. I mean, you'll get to a 3 no trump contract rather than playing it in 3 or 4 hearts with missing a lot of heart honors on a 4-2 split. Does that help?
Excuse me, I wanted to ask about if South opens the bidding of 1 diamond, as you suggested, and North comes in with a response of 1 heart, as you said, and then South comes back with 10 to 12 points, excuse me, with 12 to 14 points, and says 1 no trump. Is that wrong?
Well, it implies that your hand is balanced, which means you're treating the king of hearts like a doubleton. Is that, would you agree with that?
Well, yes, after they bid a heart. I now knew that king was to play.
Well, the thing is that if you rebid 1 no trump, a lot of partners will assume that you're doubleton in their suit, and then now they can know they can just go 4 hearts, and there's no question about it.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure what my partner's strength was, and so I was inviting my partner, if they had a fairly good hand and they could tell me how many hearts they had. They only needed 4 to have answered me 1 heart.
I understand.
So they could have. I was thinking that they would go new minor forcing, the second minor anyway.
If you had a doubleton heart, I would certainly bid 1 no trump, but honestly, I think the one spade bid, there are partnerships who will say one no trump in this sequence. Well, okay, in some cases, the one no trump bid will deny having 4 spades because you've skipped over it. And if partner is waiting to hear about your spades,
I understand. Thank you.
yeah. So there we go. And you know what? I am going to have to call it an evening because I have a game to run in my bridge club tonight. And I really enjoyed getting to hang out with you guys tonight. I'll be here again on Thursday, and
Thank
got some
you.
interesting hands.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mojo.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Thank you.
Lynn.